Hi guys, welcome back to this place. If you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I'm Carmen, and today we are watching season 1, episode 5 of Dark. That is right, we are delving back into the mystery of this show, which I personally, I'm so invested in. Like, I feel like I'm so far from actually piecing everything together, and then when I watch it back later, I'm gonna be like, how did I miss that? It was right there, which is always the most fun. So, a few things that we learned last week. We sort of delved into Charlotte and Peter a bit more and their relationship and the sort of marital issues that they've had. He did cheat with a man, and now in the last episode I did say, like, I wondered if he was closeted, like, gay, and for some reason I just didn't think that, he could also be bi, and so I did not mention that as a possibility. So I want to throw that in there right now, that, like, bisexuality, like, totes real, valid. He could be that. I think that I didn't consider it because I assumed, weirdly, that, like, if he were bisexual, that, like, Charlotte would just know and none of that would have happened. But people discover who they are through all points in life, and as a bisexual person myself, I should not, like, try to erase that possible identity from him. So just want to put that out there. Like, I'm sorry, like, I didn't mean to like, just negate that as a possibility. That whole family, though, like, there's something going on with the red soil, with Helgi, with Noah, who, for all we know, could be Helgi from, like, a completely different point in time, because time travel exists on this show. Like, that's been established. Time is a circle. So Noah could very well just be the name of another character that we already know by a different name. That's my that's one theory I have. There's also the For Charlotte watch that came up. Birdman, who, it might be very confusing to you that I call him Birdman, but if you've watched, you know who I'm talking about. I don't know if I should, like, start calling him the Stranger now, because I feel like that might be more confusing than just calling him Birdman. But he wrote in the map, in Jonas's room, so we're gonna see, like, what he wrote in red. This is not red, but his was red, so I'm curious to find out about that. I tried to go back and see if red was already on the map before, but I couldn't discern it, at least to my recollection. In the scenes that I had seen the map previously, there very well could have been red, because time is not linear in this show. I think that is a good starting point. I'm sorry for the ramble and the tangents and just the buffering of my brain. I'm sorry. Anyway, I feel more confident that I know where I am going into this episode. I hope that you guys know where we are as well, based off of that. And we can get started and try to figure out what new mystery awaits, even though I've not solved any of the previous mysteries. Oh, she gonna whip out that picture she has. Like, this was not at 11 p.m.
Ich weiß, dass du nicht in der Praxis warst.
Mhm.
Wenn du irgendetwas mit dem Verschwinden von Mikkel zu tun hast, oder Erik, oder Yasin, dann sag's mir jetzt. Ich will gar nicht wissen, wo du warst und was du getrieben hast oder mit wem. Aber ich will, dass du mich hier und jetzt in die Augen schaust und mir versicherst, dass du mit all dem nichts zu tun hast.
Damn. She suspected him real quick. Based off... I mean, he has been sus. Okay, sir, you have been suspicious as fuck. But also, like... I don't know. I guess she has reason to not trust him and to think he lies, so... one attempt. You should take it to the police. Oh fuck, someone's calling Eric? Who the fuck would be calling him? Everybody knows he's missing. Oh no, 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 don't answer it. It could be the serial killer guy.
Hallo?
Hallo Bartosz. Mein Name ist Noah.
Oh!
Woher kennen Sie meinen Namen?
He's watching you. Noah, run. Run. Not Noah. Bartosz, run. Run from Noah.
War er?
This is
Hannah?
so inappropriate.
Danke für das Essen. Gerne. Und wenn du was brauchst, wirklich, ruf mich an.
Oh, she was smelling her. She was smelling her. And she smelled him on her jacket. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet?
Ich bin Noah. Bin Pfarrer der St. Christophorus-Gemeinde. Ines hat mich angerufen.
What?
Sein Vater weiß sicherlich viel, aber er weiß nicht alles. Ist gut, dass er dich erzogen hat, Dinge in Frage zu stellen, aber von Zeit zu Zeit sollte man auch mal die Fragesteller in Frage stellen.
Okay, this creepy music and this, like, him being Noah is, like, fucking... My mind is fucked. Girl,
Egal, was du jetzt brauchst, ich bin für dich da.
he needs you to not be there.
Was ich brauche?
For you to stop calling him.
Ruf mich nicht an, komm nicht vorbei. Lass uns einfach in Ruhe. Okay?
Duh!
Keine Kinder. Niemals.
Never.
Versprochen. Keine Kinder.
Oh, that's interesting, because they have 3. Like, that's a lot to go from, like, 0 to 3, you know?
Hast du schon mal was von dem 33-Jahre-Zyklus gehört?
No. What the fuck is that?
Unsere Kalender stimmen nicht. Das Jahr ist eigentlich nicht 365 Tage lang. Wir sind sozusagen immer ein bisschen aus der Taktung. Aber alle 33 Jahre ist alles wieder genauso, wie es war. Sterne,
Really?
die Planeten, das ganze Universum ist wieder auf der exakt gleichen Position. Der lunar-solare Zyklus.
Oh.
Mein Großvater war besessen von solchen Dingen. Big Bang und Big Crunch. Nietzsches ewige Wiederkunft desgleichen.
So that
Sie
could
klein
have
war,
something to do with it.
Aber ich kannte deinen Vater. Ist schon lange her, aber ich kann mich noch gut an ihn erinnern. Er hat mir damals das Leben gerettet.
Ooh, how? Who are you?
Das habe ich erst sehr viel später verstanden. Das Leben ist ein Labyrinth. Manche irren darin bis zu ihrem Ende herum und suchen nach einem Ausweg. Dabei gibt es nur einen Weg und der führt immer tiefer hinein. Erst wenn man die Mitte erreicht hat, wird man verstehen. Der Tod ist etwas Unbegreifliches, aber man kann sich mit ihm versöhnen. Bis dahin solltest du dich jeden Tag fragen, ob du die richtigen Entscheidungen getroffen hast.
I feel like I need to watch that scene again already, and I literally just watched it. He saved his life. How?
Es gibt keine Zauberei, nur Illusion. Die Dinge verändern sich nur, wenn wir sie verändern. Aber man muss es geschickt tun, im Verborgenen. Dann wirkt es wie Zauberei.
Woher kannst du das?
Ich komme aus der Zukunft.
Du bist cool.
Nee, ich bin Mikkel.
Hallo Mikkel, Junge aus der Zukunft. Ich bin Hannah.
So do none of them remember meeting a kid that said he was from the future? Because, like, I feel like if I had ever met someone who said they were from the future, that I would remember that. Right? Or no? I feel like this could be incestuous based off of, theories I have. So I don't know. I'm a little bit like, maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong.
Ich bin Noah.
Yeah, creepy ass.
Willst du nicht einsteigen?
No, don't get in, 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 don't get in. Do not get in. Bartosz? No one ever listens to me in these shows. Why are they showing his hand like that?
Trickst du mich? Das würde ich niemals tun.
Fucking dick. Ja, I'm
Ulrich hat ihre Brüste angefasst und hat sich auf sie draufgelegt. Und sie wollte es nicht.
Du erzählst mir jetzt ganz genau, was du gesehen hast, okay?
Und dann hat er sich auf sie draufgelegt,
Girl, what the fuck?
Mund zugehalten. So.
What the fuck? This is not
Sie hat
true
laut
at
Stopp
all.
gerufen und gezappelt. Aber er lag auf ihr drauf.
Hat er dich gesehen?
What the fuck is wrong with her?
Was hat er dann gemacht? Hat er sie...
Er hat sie gewürgt und sie ist ganz rot geworden. Und dann hat er seine Hose runtergezogen
Du
und
musst nicht weiterreden. Du hast das Richtige gemacht. Du warst sehr mutig.
She made it up because I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her. What the fuck is that? Is that from the future?
Dies ist meine Wahrheit.
Okay. Are you
Am
Mikael?
4. November 2019 bin ich durch die Zeit ins Jahr 1986 gereist. Der Junge aus der Zukunft blieb und wurde mit der Zeit ein Mann. Aus
I was
Michael
right!
wurde Michael. Niemals wusste,
Yeah!
wohin er gehört.
Okay, I got that bit right.
Wenn du dies liest, bin ich bereits gegangen.
Micke?
Sowohl als Junge als auch als Mann. Ich hoffe, du kannst mir verzeihen. Alles ist miteinander verbunden.
Okay.
Michael.
I knew it, but I still don't understand why he did what he did. Although that means, yeah, they are related. So yeah, that's a bit. And you are you, right? Or no?
Kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Ich möchte mich gerne mit Ihnen über die Zeit unterhalten.
I think that Hannah did lie. I think that's sort of the consensus from me. But I'm not sure to what purpose. Like she her character is frustrating to me both in the past and now because like I understand like she's a kid in the past and she has like a crush. I feel like she's supposed to be a couple years younger than Ulrich and Katarina, and Ulrich sees her as a friend in the past, like this sort of confidant friend person, and in the future, you know, he had an affair with her, so I'm not really sure like what happened and everything. But also, like, it's really, really, really fucked up to make up that sort of accusation against Ulrich. I can only assume, based off the fact that, one, he becomes a cop at some point, that they figure out that it is like a baseless accusation. Katerina tells them that it's not true. But like, why would you ever do that? And then also in the present day, well, 2019, she calls him 22 times and he does not answer. Like, ma'am, his son is missing. Can you take the fucking hint that he does not want to talk to you? You show up to his house, trying to fuck things up with his wife, I'm sure. Her behavior is unhinged, okay? I understand if you love this person and you want to be there for them, but if they literally ask you, like, please leave me alone right now because, like, I'm trying to deal with this with, like, in my family, like, I don't understand how you could not respect that choice and, like, fuck off, you know? Like, you don't get to police the way that people grieve and whether or not they want you to be a part of that grieving process and, like, that sort of situation. Like, it's just, it's honestly, she's driving me crazy. Also, oh, damn it. I need to go back to episode 4 for a second because I think, if I remember correctly, that the, like, Bartosz, his bike and the red thing that was found, I think that's Bartosz's. I think. I'm going to have to go look back and look in a little bit for that. I also, like, I understand that it's probably born of his affair and his lie regarding his affair. But I find it interesting how fucking quick Charlotte was, like, willing to think that Peter was involved in this. Because, like, I don't know. Like, I can't imagine thinking that somebody that I loved at one point, like, if, like, the only thing I can connect it to is, like, Calvin, right? Like, I would never in a million years believe, like, even with evidence in front of me, that the person that I love would be capable of that. So the fact that she was so sus of him so quick is, like, very interesting to me, because I feel like for most of us, we would be the exact opposite. Like, even if there was, like, a plethora of evidence, and there's a few bits of evidence, but even if there was, like, a plethora, like, you would not believe it, right? So I just think it's really interesting that, like, with very little evidence, she's like, I think you fucking had something to do with this shit, you know? It's just interesting to me. What the fuck does Noah want with Bartosz? Also, I apologize, again, if I'm saying people's names wrong. Like, I'm trying. Like, what does he want with him? Why is he a priest? How did Mikkel save Birdman / the stranger? Like, how did he save his life? He said he didn't realize it till later, right? I'm not going to scrub through again. I'll save my editor a bit of time by not doing that. But I'll look through at that later again, because I just, like, how the fuck is this priest involved? Like, they were showing close-ups of his hand and that book, which is interesting. I don't know to what end. How is Bartosz going to be involved? I just also, like, I will say, to go back to Charlotte for a second, in defense of Charlotte, Peter has been sus as fuck from the very beginning. Like, he's very upset. He's always crying or making this, like, super suspicious, weird, like, face at things. Like, I don't know what read I'm supposed to get on his character, but the read that I get is, like, he is suspicious as fuck. And, like, I don't know. Like, now I want to figure out who Birdman is. I probably don't have the evidence yet to figure that out. But I really want to. I also, like, I am disappointed in Ulrich in this episode because Katerina figured out the truth. Like, I'm pretty sure she smelled him on Hannah's jacket, which is why she hugged her, right? Like, I think that, like, that based off of, like, their awkward exchange of, like, why are you here? Like, bitch can't answer. Like, she figured it out. It frustrates me that Ulrich doesn't just admit it, doesn't say, you know, like, yeah, before Mikkel went missing, I fucked up, or I fell in love, or, you know, XYZ. Like, she deserves the truth, right? Like, we talked about that a few episodes ago when she said, no matter what happens regarding Mikkel, like, just tell me the truth. Like, do not lie to me. And I think that's a fair request. And I think that it's fair in this moment for him to be honest with her and tell her the fucking truth. And he didn't. And it's frustrating to me. So we obviously finally met Noah in this episode. Now, we don't know who works for Noah because whoever took Yasin, and presumably Eric, because we know Mikkel was not actually taken, that he went back in time and became Michael. We don't know who that is, right? Like, that person is still a mystery to us. Like, we've seen Father Noah's face. I'm assuming maybe it's the guy driving Padre around. I don't know. And I don't know, like, I don't know what he wants. I don't know what his intentions are. I don't know. Is he the serial killer? Is that how Mikkel somehow saved Birdman / the stranger? I also think it's really interesting how Katerina said, you know, like, use a condom. Specifically, like, I do not want kids. Like, not now, not ever. And granted, she's, like, supposed to be, like, 15, 16 here. So that's a totally fair request. I mean, it's always fair of a request to ask a man to wear a condom and to, like, you know, that's always a fair request. But I just think it's really interesting that they end up with 3 kids when she did not want any kids. Like, because that's a big escalation, right? It's not just, like, maybe, like, we goofed up, we had a kid. It's like, we had 3 kids, you know? I don't know. I just think that it's interesting that that happened. And I wonder if that happened because, like, it was orchestrated to happen, or, like, you know, by Mikkel somehow. I don't know how, but, you know, it was just an interesting statement. And obviously people can completely change their minds about wanting kids, especially if you're 16, 15 years old, and then you're 30 years old, you know, like, there's a very big difference in maturity and, like, where you are in your life and what you want, you know, at different ages. So I think that it would be totally fair if they just change their mind. But I just think that in a show like this, it's interesting that that moment happened and that we saw that moment happen, because then we have to question, like, what changed. Also, super fucking interesting that Charlotte was talking about the 33-year lunar solar cycle and how, like, our 365-day calendar isn't exact, but it is exactly the same every 33 years. Like, all the planets are in the exact same spot and, like, at the exact same time, like the rotation, all that stuff. I am not a science person, so I have no idea if that's correct. I'll look it up for a second and see, because I think that's really cool. The lunar solar cycle refers to the time it takes for the moon and sun to reach the same alignment that they were when the cycle began. This takes approximately 33 years. It is a positional cycle based on the Earth's orbit around the sun and the moon's orbit around the Earth. Okay, cool. So that's a real thing in science. Again, I'm not a science person, so I don't know. I love science, to clarify. Not ever been great at it. But that's super interesting, because I wonder if there is something about the alignment of everything that is causing the portal to exist, right? So, like, I wonder if it's only possible to cross through during a certain window within those 33 years. You know, like, I wonder if at no other point between would it be possible, right? Because his dad said, you know, was it November 4th? Yeah. His dad said, do not open before November 4th at 10:13 p.m. So that has to, maybe that's when he figured out that, like, it shifts and, like, the portal opens. I don't know. But I think it's really interesting. It's obviously going to be important, that the 33-year cycle thing. Like, I feel like that's important. Also, I don't know if it's important or not, but Jonas really likes his yellow jacket, and there's a lot of yellow in the show, just in general. So I think that's interesting. I wonder how much Hannah knows, and, like, if she actually knows that, like, he is Mikkel. Like, again, I don't know. I just feel like when he started to get older and start to look like Mikkel, would nobody, you know, from that town, because it's a small town, everybody knows everybody, at least as far as we know. Nobody from that town is like, you look exactly the fucking same as that kid that said he was from the future, like, 33 years ago. Kind of weird. No one is thinking that. No one is saying that. No. I just think it's interesting. Also, like, I'm not a fan of Hannah so far, so I'm kind of, like, upset a little bit that Mikkel ends up with her, because I'm like in the first episode or second episode, one of those, the first couple episodes, I mean, we're still in the first couple episodes, but she said that she never even loved him. She liked the idea of him or whatever. Like, that's what she told Jonas. So, like, I find it difficult to like her. And I really like Mikkel. So, like, I don't know. It's I'll reserve judgment. Maybe she has a shitty home life. Her dad seemed like a cool guy. I don't know. I'm still very curious about what the glowing, like, woo thing was that Jonas had. Like, there was also, like, a yellow box thing. Like, I'm assuming the one is from the future. I have no proof of that. I just know the time is a circle. And, like, if Birdman and anybody can go into the past, like Mikkel accidentally went into the past, then certainly you can also go into the future. It might take more, like, attempts or, like, knowledge. I don't know. So the book is called A Journey Through Time. That old man at the end writes that book. Birdman / the stranger goes to talk to the old man. Does he tell him what he needs to know? to make a journey through time, in which case, like, who the fuck is Birdman? I postulated that he could be Mikhail. I also postulated that, like, he could be the old man just in the past, which I think it's still possible. Who is he? Who is he? Who is Birdman? Because he said that Mikhail saved him. No, he can't be. He can't be Eric. He doesn't look like him. He can't be Yasin. Maybe he's another boy that was kidnapped that we just haven't met yet. He could be a character that we just don't know yet. I just want to go back to the scene with Birdman and Jonas. I don't think that scene tells me anything else that could lead me to figure out who he is. Based off everybody we've met, I'm going to say that it is maybe my theory for who Birdman is going to have to remain, you know, undiscovered for current moment. I don't know yet. I don't know. Anyway, I think that is all of the rambling that I have to do it, you guys. Thank you as always so much for watching. If you want, you can watch the next episode right now over on Patreon, which is linked in the description down below. You can also watch the full-length reaction to this episode and all the episodes of Dark so far over on Patreon as well. I'm gonna go and eat something, or I don't know, do something, because my brain is just, it's done for the day. I hope you guys are enjoying these reactions. I am loving this show and the mystery that is unfolding, and I can't wait to see more and maybe figure out more things. You know, we'll see. Until then, bye guys.